You pull out your phone to search for a highly specific solution, how to fix a leaking washing machine. You scan the top results and click the first link. You read a paragraph back out and tap the second link, then the third. Within a few minutes, you notice something intensely irritating. The articles are practically identical, not just the core information, but the exact sequence of troubleshooting steps, the rhetorical questions, the generic examples. They have merely been shuffled into slightly different phrasing by automated generation. You fix your washing machine and move on. But if you stop and analyze the screen, you realize you did not actually have a legitimate choice. You were staring at 50 variations of the exact same output, masquerading as an open library. You switch to a video app and begin swiping. The subjects change rapidly, cooking history, but pay attention to the fundamental architecture of the videos. The frantic rhythm, the aggressive pace of the opening 3 seconds, and the identical vocal inflections used to trap your attention are entirely consistent. Before you can fully articulate why this feels so aggressively restricted, something far more obvious happens. You glance at the person sitting next to you. They are scrolling through the exact same application, but looking at a completely different reality. Your screen shows a video arguing the global economy is in total collapse, displaying heavy red graphs and dire data. Their screen shows a video arguing the economy is experiencing a historic boom, backed by green charts and confident analysis. You are physically touching shoulders, but you both have intense, data-backed reasons to believe the other person is entirely wrong. Two people sitting in the exact same room, opening the exact same application, are no longer looking at the same internet. And this is where the unseen mechanics of the screen begin to actively break our connection to the world. The internet did not technically get smaller. We upload massive amounts of new content, but the portion you are allowed to see has violently shrunk. This total collapse in visibility did not happen by accident. It is the direct mathematical result of how the system decides what survives. In 2012, YouTube noticed an existential problem. Measuring clicks was no longer a reliable way to gauge quality. Users would click an appealing thumbnail, realize the video was slow, and leave 3 seconds later. To fix this, they threw out the click metric and replaced it with a single priority, the watch time cliff. Every piece of media was now graded entirely by the exact second a viewer decided to look away. It sounds reasonable, but deploying that metric across billions of users created a brutal, invisible filter on human culture. When a video is uploaded today, the system does not ask a human if the content is valuable, accurate, or profound. It only watches the behavioral data of the crowd. If viewers swipe away early, the system instantly cuts the distribution. Nobody intervenes to save it. Nobody reviews the nuance. The algorithm simply buries it alive. This establishes an inescapable rule. Content that mathematically hooks the user is pushed to millions, while content that asks a viewer for patience is slowly erased from the feed entirely. Independent creators saw the watch time cliff happening before anyone else. They watched their methodical videos flatline. Simultaneously, they saw their fast-paced, aggressive videos explode in popularity. So they adapted. They didn't change because they hated nuance. They changed because if they didn't optimize for the first 3 seconds, their work ceased to exist. But here is where the escalation moves from an artistic annoyance to a structural danger. The system didn't just learn what formatting tricks keep your eyes on the screen. It strictly learned exactly what ideas make you look away. Imagine you're scrolling, and you land on a video containing an opinion that fundamentally challenges what you believe. You find the argument annoying, so you immediately swipe to the next post. To you, that is just a standard human reaction. But to the system monitoring your screen, it is a glaring failure signal. That opposing viewpoint failed to retain your attention. The algorithm mathematically promises to show you far less of it tomorrow. You do not have to manually block the creator. You do not have to report the video for being offensive. You just have to swipe away slightly faster than your average baseline. From that tiny, imperceptible moment, an invisible constriction begins to wrap around your surrounding reality. Your feed becomes dramatically easier to consume. It feels comfortable and incredibly frictionless. You rarely encounter ideas that demand you to stop and rethink your stance. It feels like a massive upgrade in the user experience. But that physical comfort carries a permanent cost that you cannot see. First, you lose the ability to see the content you actively dislike. Then, you lose the ability to see the content you politely disagree with. Finally, you lose the ability to see anything you did not already know existed. The person next to you undergoes the exact same algorithmic process, but their baseline beliefs are different. They pause on the videos you swiped past. They watch closely. The system builds a completely different set of walls around them. After a few months of this continuous optimization, the two feeds share absolutely zero overlap. It is not because opposing content was deleted. It's because the system calculated you could not be trusted to look at it. This is the exact moment the internet permanently shrinks for you. You never once physically feel like you're losing anything. From the outside, it looks like an infinite ocean of human thought. But your actual vision is tightly restricted to a perfectly optimized puddle. The tiny fraction you see begins to feel exactly like the entire world. That is the absolute moment you forget you're looking at a mirror.